All right, today we're jumping into a really optimistic and honestly refreshing approach in psychotherapy called Solution Focused Counseling. Now, instead of digging deep into the past to figure out why a problem exists, this whole method just flips the script. It's all about building the future you actually want to live in. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, the whole philosophy here is built on one massive shift in perspective. A lot of traditional therapy spends a ton of time exploring problems, their history, where they came from, all of that. But solution focused counseling says, hey, what if there's a more direct path? And this chart, it lays it out perfectly. Over on the left, you've got problem talk. It's always looking backward, digging around, asking why. But on the right, you have solution talk. It's all about looking forward and asking, okay, so what's the solution? It's a huge shift from endless analysis to practical, forward-moving action. Okay, so here's the official definition. Notice that first part, it's a brief therapy. We are not talking about years and years on a couch here. The whole point is to be effective and efficient. It's all about focusing on your strengths, what you're already good at, and all the possibilities ahead, not on your weaknesses or what's holding you back. The core idea is that you already have what you need to succeed. Therapy just helps you see it and use it. Now, this entire approach is built on a few really powerful and hopeful beliefs about people. And these aren't just some feel-good platitudes. They are the actual engine that makes this therapy work. So let's break down these core assumptions. First up, and this one is huge, is this idea right here. Solution-focused counseling believes that you are the expert. You're seen as resourceful and totally capable of making changes. The therapist isn't some all-knowing guru with all the answers. Nope. They're more like a collaborator, a partner who helps you uncover your own solutions. It's a really empowering way to look at things. Next up is this core belief. No problem is all-powerful. It just doesn't exist 100% of the time, 24/7. This approach assumes that change is always happening, even in tiny little ways. The whole goal is to find those moments of positive change and then build on them, to amplify them. And that leads us right into this final and maybe most crucial assumption. You don't need some massive earth-shattering breakthrough to get better. This approach believes that just one small intentional change can start a ripple effect, and that can lead to bigger, really significant transformations over time. It makes the whole idea of change feel so much more possible. So the philosophy sounds great, right? But how does it actually work in a therapy session? Well, it all comes down to the art of asking very specific, carefully crafted questions that are designed to build solutions, not to pick apart problems. This quote just nails the therapist's role. They're not an archaeologist digging up bones from your past. Think of them more like an architect. They're using questions as their tools to help you design and build the future you want, piece by piece. Okay, and here it is. This is probably the most famous tool in the entire toolkit, the miracle question. It is such a powerful way to just mentally leapfrog over the problem entirely. It stops your brain from obsessing about what's wrong and instantly puts you in a reality where things are already better. And this isn't just some fuzzy, abstract exercise. It has a very clear purpose. As you can see, first, it helps you paint a super clear picture of the future you want. Second, it helps turn that vague wish into concrete, specific goals. And finally, it shifts your entire focus from feeling stuck in the problem to feeling inspired by the possibilities. All right, so if the miracle question is about the future, this next tool, the exception question, is about mining your recent past. But we're not digging for problems. We're digging for gold. We're looking for those moments of success that you might have completely overlooked. And by exploring these exceptions, these moments when things were even a little bit better, a few really important things happen. It helps you see the strengths you already have. It shows you what strategies are already working for you. And honestly, it proves that the problem isn't in control all the time, which can be a huge realization. So let's pull all of this together. What does it all add up to? Well, when you consistently focus on solutions, on your strengths, and on the future you want to build, the benefits can be really profound. And just as importantly, super practical. So here are the key takeaways. This approach is all about action and goals, so you know exactly what you're working toward. Because it's a brief therapy, it's often more cost-effective, which is a huge plus. But I think the most important things are that it's strengths-based and just so incredibly empowering. The entire process is designed to build you up by focusing on your own competence and your ability to change. And that brings us to the end. Now, of course, no single approach is perfect for everyone. Some critics will argue that because it doesn't dig into the past, it can feel a little superficial or maybe miss the deep root causes of some issues. But its real power lies in that forward-looking, empowering focus. Which leaves us with this final question, one that really captures the whole spirit of this approach. What's one small thing you could do differently tomorrow? Because as we've learned, those small changes can lead to some really big results.